Hello and welcome back to Hollowponds Solo Sagas, where today's solo role-playing game is going to be Twilight 2000. Hello and welcome back. Thank you for returning. That was a bit of a weird before intro bit. Anyway, yes, so we are on our 12th episode of the second series of Twilight 2000. Thank you very much for returning. What has happened so far? So we've managed to get all of the members of the crew back together again. We have Jane, Staff, Jack, who is still poorly, but he has come round. He's about to enter his 5th day of recovery. Toby and Jacob. Anna and Maria have both decided to stay at Rocklaw. Those are the civilians who were rescued from the Marauder camp towards the south. We ended last session with Jane keeping watch over the night and spotting a convoy moving across to the south towards the west along the south of the river. Along here. And we were saying somewhere around here they may have camped up. So she was identifying, went for a bit, watched these. It was a convoy of a T-72 tank, a truck with some prisoners of war that she spotted in the back. She did a rough head count, but we don't know. So there's a few things that we will have to do today during the session as we begin play on the 17th of May. Now what we might do is we might go through and make some decision on XP spending. So doing the XP, and then we will spend some XP overnight, because I don't think we've spent XP for a while. So we will do that first. So the only improvements that we could do is Jane could do improving her mobility, because her mobility is permanently at a -2 now. So she has a mobility of C, so to take the C to a B will take 15 XP. She's got 13 XP saved up so far, so a few more XP and she can actually increase her mobility, which she would have been doing exercises to try and strengthen her leg because of the brace. And then we have Staff. Staff is got a smattering of low-level skills across the board. Now possibly we could take Staff's medical skill up, that might be beneficial. But some of the other types of skills that Staff uses quite often, like survival or recon, they could go up, but they're going to need loads of points because they're already quite good. Staff's mobility is at a D. He could take that to a C using 10 XP because he has 11 XP cached. But also his ranged combat is a B. That could go up. He's got close combat as a C. That could go up, but that's all going to take a bit more XP. So at the moment, or Jane could teach Staff Rifleman. So Staff will get a +1 for using ranged combat, for using the pistol or a long arm, rather than sniper, which is hunter rifle and sniper pistol. Sniper rifle, excuse me. But either way, there isn't much that can actually be spent at this point. So we will kick off the morning shift of the 17th of May. I've got a few notes of things that we want to try and work out from this session. So potentially there's that POW camp. So is it a POW camp? Now we did mark it on the map and we did mention it's potentially a POW. Is it a camp? Are they just, because it was nighttime, did they decide to hold up overnight? Have they already rolled on? We don't know. So we might roll some of the words using the further elements words tables and see if we can come up with something to help us there. Then we need to work out, is it a POW camp or is it just a sort of like a stop-off point? So is it big or is it small? Will we need to ask for help from Rocklaw? Is there something there, or is there a camp there anyway, or has it gone? But to do that, we're going to need to send people down to scout out the area. So first off, we need to work out what we're going to do as of the 17th of May. So we had Jane watching overnight with Jacob, so they're probably going to want to sleep in the morning just to get stuff sorted out. Now Staff, now we do have, so we were saying it's somewhere around here. Now at most we can move 1 hex per shift for 2 shifts easily. 1, 2. We can then Is that right? Yes, we can move 2 across open ground. I remember from the chase. So we could move 1, 2, because then we're coming to here, but then we'd only need to be able to move 1 to here. Well, this is all right because we've got this bit here, which is where the airdrop is, which is also potentially just across the water from here. So if we moved over this way today by foot, we could then suss out what's here and also then suss out what's here to then come over and collect afterwards. Now we could take, after Jane can move at a normal pace, but Jane can't false march. So Jane can't run and can't false march, but Jane can move normally. So Jane can do 2 normal shifts of walking at a normal pace. So we could say that Jane could cover this area and then cover this area, like cover this, but Jane couldn't push any further. But that's okay, because that's all they really need to do. They need to come and suss out what this is to see if there's anything there, which we can roll. And then they need to come here and look across the water and across into here and see if they can actually see anything. So they could go off and do like a day patrol on foot. We could just take the whole lot of them, although Toby would probably want to stay behind and Toby would want to stay with the Bradley. But Toby could bring the Bradley a bit closer and then sort of stay here. I'm making this up as I go. That actually would be all right, wouldn't it? That would work. So this is what staff's doing in the morning anyway. This is what staff's planning for the morning shift. So then the day and evening, and then they could hold up with the Bradley at night. Now taking the Bradley is safer because they've got the firepower to back them up in case something goes wrong. That makes more sense. Now they do have 2 radios, but I can't remember if they fixed the other radio. So maybe this morning, Toby is going to fix radios. So that's what Toby's going to do this morning, fix radios. Jack is resting. Staff will do a medical roll and watch. And whilst he's on watch, this is what staff's doing. He's trying to work out what it is they potentially could do. That he could get them all up, and for the rest of the day, they can always come back to Rocklaw. Because the thing about I was thinking is if the prisoner of war camp, if it does end up being there, the released prisoners, we can basically use Rocklaw and they can start building up Rocklaw. We said it was a wreckage. Sorry, Rocklaw's here. We said it was a wreckage, but they can start rebuilding. We can send, all the POWs can come along here and they can start rebuilding, and they can actually. We've already got refugees who have come in. They said they're on the way down to Krakow. Maybe they'll start to rebuild Rocklaw, and this can be like a little, I don't know, stop off point haven, because this place blocked themselves up. We need to return back here anyway. So I think potentially that is what we're going to do for the rest of this session. We're going to come down, see if this airdrop is still here, and if there is stuff there, what is it, and then have a look and see what this is. The POW camp, and if it is it big and we're going to need help, or can we just take it? And particularly if we've got everyone, including the Bradley, with us, we can organise something quick if it's small and hit it safely with numbers instead of what Staff normally does. He takes 1 person and then they all get stuffed up. So we're going to do a proper patrol. So Staff has learnt his lesson, and Staff is going to organise a proper patrol with close-up reinforcement to go and suss out in case something goes wrong, instead of what's happened multiple times is then they've got a running skirmish. So first off, we've got our morning shift where we'll make sure everyone's rested. Everyone's going to sleep, so Jacob and Jane will sleep to give themselves rest. We'll have Staff on watch. Jack is of course resting, so Jack has 5 days left. So Jack will just, I don't know. So Jack's still recovering. So maybe we'd need to leave Jack behind in Rocklaw and come back to him. Let me quickly read what it is on the recovery and see what happens. All right, so what we've got for healing critical injuries, one bit that I keep skipping over, which is care. If someone tends to you for a shift per day during the process of healing a critical injury and makes a medical roll, that day counts double. So that counts double for healing. And so Jack had a ruptured kidney. It can be lethal, but he got treated. 1 damage at any mobility roll. So the effect is, if he has to make a mobility roll, he will take 1 damage. But he had, 9 days healing? Yes, 9 days healing. All right, so that was on the 13th of May, and they made medical rolls every day. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So technically speaking, 1 whole day after today, if Staff makes his medical roll in a minute, which means that if Jack needs to make they'll take the Bradley closer for 1 shift, so they're not marching for double shift, and then they've got, so 1 shift is driving, day shift is driving, evening shift is then scouting out the drop, and then scouting out this, and Jack can stay in the truck for that, so he doesn't need to make a mobility roll. All right, yeah, that will work. Okay. All right, so we have got, so Janie's going to sleep, Jacob's going to sleep, Staff will sort of say, all right, you lot sleep. All right, I'm going to have to think about what we can do today and see if we can go down and check out that POW camp, all right? Just get ready that we're going to have to wrap up all our stuff, pack it in, and we want to shift off today. I want to do a bit of a patrol, because if there are some POWs down there, we got to get them, and we ain't going to have time to bugger about, are we? Or, as we would say, fanny around. We ain't got time for that. So, get your stuff done, get your head down, get a bit of kip, and then we're going to be off later on, all right? So he's going to do medical check on young Jack. Oh, there we are. Which he has empathy of a D8. He's got medical of a D6. Have they got a med kit that they can burn? Maybe not. So he'll just keep those 2. And then he might have to sort of push it. Right, he's going to push this, which might cause him a bit of stress because he's worried about poor little Jack, and he needs a hit. No. Okay. So he takes 1 stress for stressfully trying to look after Jack, and that failed. Jack is resting, so that's 2 days then. It doesn't count as double. So Jack is resting in the... I mean, he could sit in the Bradley whilst it's waiting, like keeping watch. He's just not making any mobility rolls, so he's staying stationary. So Toby, and then we've got, so Staff got 0 hits for the medical roll, and then he's keeping watch, which is D12 daytime. Oh, what's the weather like? Good. So it is sunny morning. It's been really good weather. And so he gets D12. No hits. Oh dear. All right, well, we'll see if we get an encounter of some kind. Jack is resting. Toby is going to have a look at seeing if he can fix the radios. We will say that if he gets multiple hits, more than 1 hit, then he has fixed the radios up. No hits, no fixes. No hits, he'll push. 1 hit, okay. So I think one of the radios was working. I can't remember where the other radio, but we've basically got 2 radios. One that we can take, we're not going to want to use them. So Jack can sit in the Bradley with a radio, and the team can take a radio with them, which we will give to Staff. Stuff is full. Jane will not want to carry it. Jacob has that. So basically it's going to be Toby. He's going to have the radio. Oh, Toby has a medical kit. Hopefully we can find medical kits and food in that airdrop, if the airdrop is still there. All right, so Toby's doing that. So we had 1 hit. Now we will see what encounter we get for Staff, who is on his watch. This is the morning shift of May 17th. And then we'll go off on our expedition. We've got King of Clubs outnumbered. Stationary, road or sunshine. A Soviet convoy led by a BTR-70 APC full tank officer inside, followed by trucks, half tanks. If they spot the PCs, they attack. The BTR-70 has a capable magazine from reload, and the convoy has an PC times D6 field rations. Alright, so this is a massive convoy heading off with 5 times PCs, but he doesn't see it coming. Well, they are camouflaged from the day before. He got a 2-hit camo on the day before, So he doesn't see them coming. They're all rested up. All right, I'll give them a roll. Otherwise, we may be having an impromptu BTR 70. Isn't that what we did? That's what the last attack was against the BTR. With BTR 70 were against the. No, we didn't have the. Well, we did have the Bradley, didn't we? We had the Bradley versus a BTR in that the attack against Treblinka. So we have a Soviet officer, a recon of a C, intelligence of a B. So we've got D8, D10. 2 hits to B, 2 hits. All right. Okay. So they have spotted the AP. They have spotted the Bradley. This convoy coming across here. Oh, okay. Well, that might change all the plans altogether. So the convoy is travelling along the road. It spots the Bradley. The Bradley would they run? How are we gonna deal with this? This is all right. So I stopped recording there for a bit, and I thought about it, and I thought, well, it wasn't what my plans were, and I think this is going to be more than we can handle. But this is what happens, isn't it? Really. So we have outnumbered. We are outnumbered. There's a patrol is coming past where we are situated here. So they're going to be rolling around this part here, and staff didn't see them coming. Staff got no hits, although we are camouflaged. But they rolled their 2 hits, and so normally I would be going, oh no, they got 2 hits, we've got 2 hits, they can't see us. But there's a lot of them. So there's a BTR now. I looked up the speeds of the vehicles. The Bradley is actually faster than the Gaz 66 trucks. The Bradley is faster than both of those on road and off road, but it's equivalent speed on road than the BTR 70. So if we split in the Bradley, they will chase us down based on doing driving rolls. So we could have a bit of a chase and head down this way and see how that rolls. Cross country, the Bradley is faster, marginally, but a tiny bit. So we've got a choice. We need to instantly make a choice. We can head back this way. We've got Treblinka. We can set up the table. It will be another conflict with a lot more troops, and it's not going to look pretty. Or we can attempt to do a chase, but again, at some point, there's going to be a failure, and we could try and roll that, and then we'll set up a table. So what I think we'll do is we're going to say that at the end of the morning shift, everybody gets woken up as staff is going to start screaming, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a patrol camp, we got to split. As rounds start to get pinged off at them from this way. So we will roll, I don't know, I will just say that rounds start to get fired at them. We'll say that one of the trucks dismounts. So we've got, so if we say that there is PC, what did it say? Oh yeah, it says up here, of which PC times 1 are in the BTR. So 4 times, so how many? So it's 20, but 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 20 geezers jump out, or we split them to 10-10. So 10 geezers jump out of one of the Gaz. They're being instructed by officer is inside. So their senior officer is inside the APC. Senior officer instructs them over here to dismount and engage the Bradley because they've spotted the Bradley. So rounds start to hit around the Bradley. We'll say, just because it's instigating, we'll give them a roll. We'll give them a roll. If they roll a hit, then we will continue to see if anybody gets shot. And the people who get shot could possibly be staff. So we'll give a normal Soviet soldier, which is a B and a C, and we'll make the same as the M16. We'll say it's a rate of fire of 6, which means they get 5 dice. A B and a C, which is a B and a C. So we'll just do a round, and if they get hit, then there's hits. No, but so basically the rounds are pinging close. So we've got to call this under fire. So we'll see. So let's make staff as a B. So D10. Who's got the highest command? I don't think anyone's got command. So we're giving them a D10, D6. That's what we were thinking of spending for staff. Points on command. D10, D6. Staff gets a hit. So rounds are coming in. Staff is keeping his head down, rushing towards. He's getting Toby up and in. Jack is already in. They're quickly piling everything into the back. They're just chucking stuff into the back of the Bradley. As Jane and Jacob are getting kicked out of their sacks. And some rounds are getting sent back. But we'll do a roll for, so we'll say Jack jumps on the M240 and sends, not Jack, maybe Jack. Has Jack got, no, Jack hasn't got heavy weapons. Where's Toby? Toby jumps on the M240 and Toby's going to send some rounds back, which is a D10, D8. No, that's Toby. Where's Jacob? Here's Jacob. D12, D10, and the M240. That's 25mm. Oh no, that's not 25mm. The M240, the 25mm is the chain gun. The M240. He's not going to use. Oh, he could send some rounds back at the. All right. He's going to shoot at one of the gas trucks. So Jacob is going to jump on the main gun for the Bradley, and he's going to send some rounds back from the main gun of the Bradley to try and give them some time to mount up and just split as quickly as they can. He is going to aim at one of the Gaz 66. So Jacob is going to use the M2, the main 25mm, which is also armor piercing. It's got a rate of fire of 4, which will give him 3 dice. Jacob has a heavy weapons of a D12 and a D10 for heavy weapons. It would be, would he have time to aim? No, because he'd jump on it and fire straight away, which is -2, which would take 1 from that and then 1 from that. So we'd go D10, D8. We would say that's at range. We'll go long range, D -2, which is going a D8, D6. I think that's it really. So Jacob is aiming at, oh no, the Gaz is reasonably big as well, isn't it? So they're not moving. I'm going to say it's a large target, so that gives +2. So that goes D8, D10. Does that sound all right? So basically what we've got is the Gaz is dismounted. Staff has told them all to get in. Jacob's instantly woken up, so he's got his -2, and he's going to jump on the, Jacob. He's going to jump on the, spin the turret of the chain gun. Chain gun? Yep. And set, just basically empty out towards one of the gas trucks and try and hit that to try and give them the time to load up and then split. Whoa! He gets 2 hits. All right, so he gets 2 hits on one of the trucks, which is damage of 5, so that's 6 points. So critting, doing, so that's 10 rounds. So that's 10 rounds of the 300 round magazine. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. 290 left. Where is it? So he has generally get, so they get +2. Heavy weapons don't get this modifier, and it doesn't apply to bicycles or motorcycles. Attacks on, oh okay, so he shouldn't have got the +2 for it being a large target. It's hitting the Gaz. It does component damage. It hits in the D10 and the 4. So we've got ammunition. So it does penetrate. Oh, let's see its armor first. So what did we do? We did 6 points of damage. So we definitely crit. It's against the Gaz. What armor has it got? It's got 1 front, side and rear. So that's 6. So that's 5 points go through. Ammunition. Does it have ammunition? No, it does not, because it doesn't have a weapon. So then we go through to the next one, which is suspension. So we've got 5 points comes off its reliability of 5. So basically, so we've got nothing that rolls over. So 5 points penetrate. The reliability of this gas drops to 0 as Jacob opens up against the side of it, stripping through and penetrating the main chassis. What, do we have a picture of a gas anywhere? It's that, but I'll try and find a picture and put it up over there of a gas. So basically, he's strafed across the side, catching it low, destroying so we can hear the tyre blow. This main suspension gets crippled as he puts rounds across 25mm armor piercing rounds as well, actually. So armor piercing rounds with half the armor, dropping the armor to 0, which means that 5 points and 1 point would roll through. So destroying the suspension and piercing the engine block. So the engine block goes out, smoke, and we can hear hissing starting to come out as rounds come through. And this is the stationary vehicle that they hadn't dismounted from, as people start to pile out the back of that one. As Toby gets behind the wheel. Does Bradley have a wheel? And begins to rev up the engine. And this is where we'll probably switch over to initiative, and we'll have a bit. So we've now only got one gas can chase us. One gas can chase us with, so what did we have? So we had 20. One gas can chase us with men, but the other gas can't move. And we've got the BTR. So the BTR 70, let's give them a chance to shoot across at the Bradley. So the BTR has, it says here, well, we've got a secondary weapon of an R. All right, give me a second to look up what the BTR has got, and then I'll come back and the BTR will do something. Right, I believe the BTR 70 has a turret mounted KPV, unless I've read this wrong. BTR 70, it's got good armor. Main weapon, a KPV, turret mounted. Secondary weapon is an R, which I believe just means it's got a radio. So it's got a KPV, turret mounted. That will rotate round and put some rounds into the Bradley, which has a rate of fire of 4, so he gets 3. We will say any of these Soviets got heavy weapons. I don't think so, in which case we'll just exchange them out for range combat. Soldier, range combat C, agility B. We said it's they won't get the -2 because they're ready for us, so they don't get a -2 for quick shot. It is at long range, so they do get a -2 for that. Going the D10 to a D8, the D8 to a D6. We did give them a +2, but it says not for heavy weapons, so that wouldn't have exchanged. So they wouldn't get the +2, but then the other ones did get a +2, so just to be fair, we'll do that. So this is then rounds being put into the Bradley. One hit against the Bradley. The KPV does a damage of 4. The Bradley has armor of, so we've either got 5, 4 or 4. So either way, the damage of 4. So one hit, damage of 4 is not going to rate of fire, damage 4, crit 3. It does say that is a crit, but I would guess that's against a person because we've got the damage of 4, which means it's 4 damage of 4, nothing gets through. So it's either hitting front armor, which has armor of 5, or side armor, which is armor of 4. So he would need multiple hits to actually do something to it. I think that's right. So rounds come clanging against the side of the Bradley as they're all piling into the Bradley. And then, so we'll say so everyone else is getting in, that's an exchange of fire. We will now just go to initiative, and at this point we will give, so Staff has gone in, McCoy is piled McCoy in, Jane would already be in, Jacob has woken up. So Jane would be situating herself, everything's getting piled into the back. We will then have an initiative between the two. I don't know whether they'll be ready for us to just take off Jacob does have the KPV. KPV? Jacob has the RPG 7. So if we go first, Jacob might say, hold on, Polish accent, don't do the accent, and jump out and see if he can sort that out. But then they would get, or it will take him a while to pick it up and exit the vehicle. Anyway, them on a 6, us on a 9. All right. So they are going to. Should we set up a table? I'm not sure. I think we'll do theatre of the mind because so some of the men have jumped out and they're situating themselves and they're going to sort of do some shots. So I think I'll roll some random shots. Most of the team are in the vehicle at the moment. Toby would be situating himself. So this round is the round that we could set off. But Jacob might fire the RPG. All right, so Jacob might fire the RPG at the BTR to basically put that out of action because that's the threat at the moment. But the Soviets are going to get a chance to shoot, but there's a lot of them. So some of them split out of the gas, and we'll say that those can't fire, but then there's still 10 people that can return fire. That's a lot of rolling, so I might split that into 5 lots that can fire, and then the BTR gets to fire. So we'll roll 5 times for shots, and the BTR can fire. And at the moment, then we'll randomly roll between the team, including McCoy, and see who gets hit. So we'll do 5 lots of shots of stat. So this is standard rifle fire at long range because they're at long range from each other. There says distance between them as they're putting. I don't know what long range counts as. So 3 times. Maybe we'll split it down. Maybe we'll go to long range. Okay, so long range on on a hex grid. Hold on. So an M16 has a range of 5. Which is 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's short range. So medium range would be twice that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then long range is 3 times that, I believe. So long range is the whole of that. That, I reckon, which is that. That I reckon is okay. I'm okay by saying this is long range. I'll double check that. So no, long range is twice medium range. So long range would be 5 times. Long range is 20 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I reckon long range, that's about the distance they are. Because they're not like down the end of the road. They've spotted each other, they're at long range and they're shooting at each other. So, at this point, let's say they have at least 1 RPK among them. So we'll do 1 RPK shot and then the rest are all firing AKs. Which I don't know why I bothered looking them up because they're slightly better than the M16 in these stats wise. So we'll go AK-47. Oh no, they're exactly the same. Exactly the same. Rate of fire of 5. Oh, range of 6, range of 5. So they've got a slightly better range. AK-47. So we've got 5 lots of AK-47 shots. So each soldier is a standard soldier, which is a D10, D8. They're aiming, so they won't lose their stuff for aim. Long range -2 goes to D8, D6, and we're not going to have anything for size because they're not shooting at the vehicle; they're trying to hit people. And then they've got rate of fire of 5. So we've got 5 of these. Where's the D? Where's the D6? First one. 1 hit. With 1 extra, so somebody gets hit. Let's put you over there. So we've got how many people? We've got 6 people. So we'll start at the top of my list. So this is the actual shot. Number 6 is the last one on the list, which is Jacob. So Jacob is getting shot. He gets shot in the arms for. What's that? That's 2. So we got for 3 points of damage, which is that one and that one. So Jacob gets shot for 3 points of damage, which is in the critical threshold. So Jacob takes 1, 2, 3. So that, oh, he is basically in the Bradley. So the Bradley would give him cover. So some rounds flick in. So he's not getting directly shot in the arm. He is firing, and he was going to get out in this one. So maybe this is as he's exiting. So if he gets shot, this is as he's exiting. This is arms. Where's that arms? Can he keep going? All right, we'll see what we roll for this. Otherwise, Jacob's already out because he's just been critically. So that counts as a critical. 2 points damage plus 1 is a crit. It is what it is. A 2 slashed forearm, not lethal. Range combat -2. So he's -2. So his range combat is -2. So he's got slashed forearm, heal time, d6, not lethal. 2d6, sorry. 2d6. He's -2 for range combat. So Jacob is dismounting as a round comes flicking through and catches Jacob in the arm. Second roll. Second one. Nope. But we will make, people are going to need to make a CFU roll anyway. We want that one there because it's 5. Another person gets hit. This is more damage. Is that right? Oh no, one of these, I'm going to re-roll these because it's only 4 of them, not 5 of them. But they are hit. Yes, still the same. Okay, and they get hit in the arms again. So that's 3 points. So that's, the person is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Jack. So Jack is starting to move around in the vehicle, trying to help load it, and he's loading the back as a round clips across Jack, hitting Jack in the arm, which is also a crit for Jack. 4. Dislocated elbow. Two-handed weapons cannot be used. D6. So Jack is hit, doing 3 points of damage on Jack, dislocating Jack's elbow. Like hundreds of rounds are starting to pour in as they've dismounted. As Jacob is getting the RPG out and sort of sticking it in and getting it ready. Rounds are just pouring in on them as staff's trying to get them to load everything into the back of the Bradley and screaming at them to hurry up. As the second one comes in and a round clips Jack, who's still injured. He's got 1 hit point left now, so he might go out. Luckily not killing him. Then we've got another one. So that's 2. Then we've got the third one. Everyone's getting hit with one of these. Nothing. Oh no, that was the 4th one, wasn't it? Because the second one didn't hit. The third one. This is the 4th one. And then we've got last one. Nothing. Okay. So Jacob and Jack are clipped as they're trying to stick stuff into the back. Now we've got the what was that? What did I say it was? The RPK. RPK. What sort of damage does that do? Damage of 2, crit of 3. So it's the same. RPK. So it's not. So they're also aiming at the people, not the vehicle. Did it say? Where'd that card go? Has it? Oh yeah, it says here the BTS has a KPV magazine with 1 reload. The convoy has a radio. They're just standard people. Okay, so it doesn't say they've got heavy weapons, so they're not going to crack out their own RPG. So this is, we'll say they have 1 RPK. The RPK being a long arm, so it's got a rate of fire of 4, which gives us a 3. And that's it. And then they would have the same roll to hit, basically. So this is a trooper from the Soviets is quickly set up and sticks this down, hitting, but only doing 2 points of damage. So as long as we, it might not. So not a crit. Torso of 6. That's Jacob. So Jacob again. No, hold on. Top. Yeah, 6. How did Jacob get hit that first time then? Unless I can't remember. Anyway, Jacob gets hit again in the torso. I think Jacob might be. Is Jacob done for? Jacob's torso, his flak armor is broken. So Jacob gets hit in the torso, taking 2 points of damage, but it doesn't count as a crit, so he doesn't have to roll crit. Jacob's got 1 hit point left. Jacob's going to need some serious tending to. All right, that was them. That was the Soviets leveling their stuff at our people. Now we have our lot going on 9. So we will have Toby is getting behind the wheel of the Bradley, ready to go as soon as he's told to go. Jack was loading stuff in. Now, the only person with heavy weapons is Jacob. So Jacob is going to attempt to let an RPG off at the BTR. Jane could get out the hunting rifle and could try and take out one of the RPG users. So the person who's got the RPK and is laying down the RPK damage, she's going to try and take out that person. Staff is going to try and stick one into one of the soldiers who is laying down some of the major fire into them to try and keep some of their heads down and make them worry about what's going on. They're both going to do that from within the Bradley as Jack is loading the Bradley. So Jack is going to have to make a stamina roll as part of his act. So Jack is going to make a stamina roll as his bit to make sure he doesn't start bleeding and can keep doing what he's doing, which is a D8, D8. Let's see, does he need a hit? Yeah, he needs a hit. 2 hits. So Jack is digging deep. Although he's just a private first class, the mechanic, Jack, US Army, he's digging deep and he is loading all the stuff in. So Jack is basically working double time, loading up the back of the Bradley. They're all now realising that really they've had bad operational whatevers and they should have been ready to roll at any point in time because this is now bad stuff. We will deal with Staff and Jane first and then let Jacob make his shot. So, actually, before Staff makes his shot, well, I will say this. Thank you very much for watching this far. We should have gone quite a bit into this. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber. It means everything to me. If you are not yet a subscriber, could you please consider subscribing if you like this kind of story? So this is Theatre of the Mind and I didn't get the figures out. But if we do a run and they do chase us down, we will get the figures out beginning of the next session and we'll do that. Sometimes that happens. If you have been here before and you still haven't subscribed, give it a go and subscribe now. I appreciate all your comments, and anybody who watches this and says that I've done this all wrong, do tell me, because I really appreciate it, and it does go in and I do try and keep track of it. If you would like to support me further, then you can join the memberships as their names will come across. They will also come at the end of this episode. And I do appreciate any of that support that comes, particularly from those sorts. Or you can do a coffee thank you, or there's still some t-shirts that can be purchased, or the stuff like that, or the super thanks. I do appreciate all of your support all times. Thank you so much indeed. Now let's give Staff a chance to put someone down. So Staff will get the L96. Staff doesn't have a chance to do a proper aim because he's getting the weapon ready. So he will be at -2. But Staff has an agility of a D10. He has range combat of a D10. He has sniper that gives him +1. He is at, so we said the range was long range for them, which is a 20, but the range on the L96 is 12 for short range. So he's only at medium range, technically, maybe between short range and medium range. So a -1 instead. Going to D10, D10. And that's about it, really. He doesn't have anything else. He's just trying to put one into the geezer who's got the RPK and trying to keep their heads down. So he's got that, and that's it. Rate of fire of 1. 1 hit. 1 hit is enough. 3 damage. 3 crit, anything but torso. Torso, 3. We'll just say he goes down. Round hits, he goes down. He's down. and then we'll give them a coolness under fire, which is for them a C, which is a D8. We'll do 2 of them, and if they both pass, only one pass, so people keep their heads down. We'll drop that from 5 shots to 4 shots. If both of them failed, we'd have dropped it to 3. So they can only have 4 returning fire with AKs. Well, we don't know whether the BTR gets to shoot yet, because Jacob hasn't had his go. Now Jane is going to do hunting rifle. Jane has a D12 and a D10. She's got sniper, which makes it a D12, D12. She doesn't get to aim, so that makes it a D10, D10. Her range is 10, so equivalently she's at medium range, so that's a D10, D8. I think that's right. So she technically is D12, D12, D10, 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 D8. She will push that, which means that the weapon will take 1 damage. Hit. Okay, so that does 3 points damage on them, but the weapon takes the reliability down to 4 in the legs. All right, so we'll say that puts someone else down. So one of the people in the crowd, oh, was that the other way around? I can't remember if they're doing it the other way around. So we'll give them their 2d8. 1 pass only goes down to 1, so 3 people will be returning fire. Now, Jacob is going to attempt to stick to fire the RPG at their BTR. All right, so it's extreme range. So he has, so what is it? It's strength. Is it strength? I think it's strength. Yeah, so it's a D12. He has a D12. Heavy weapons D10. He has a D12, D10. There's a rate of fire of 1. He comes out, gets his stuff ready, so we're dropping it to a D10, D10, D8. It is at extreme range, so that drops down by 2. So that's a D8, D6, because it's extreme range. No, it's not extreme range, it's long range, because this has a range of 8. 8 and 8 is 16. So 6, oh no, it's medium. So he goes D8, D8. All right, so he's got D8, D8. Okay, he gets 1 hit. He is going to try and push and see if he can get 2 hits. 2 hits, like 2 hits, he's going to do loads of damage. No, okay, so he gets 1 hit. The 1 hit, so it's damage 7. It's down a crit of 2. So we've got 2 things. So first the direct damage, which is 7, and then there's blast damage that occurs afterwards, which we'll deal with afterwards. So first we've got the 7. The 7 is he's aiming at the BTR. So what part of the BTR is he aiming at? So it doesn't matter, because the armor is 4 on everything. So armor 4, RPG, is that armor piercing? RPG V7, armor -1. So armor -1 means that it's 4 goes to a 3. So instead of 7 goes to 4 points penetrate. So we have a penetration of 4 points. 4 points penetrates the BTR. Where does it hit? So we roll. Where does it hit? 7. Passenger. So it goes in and it hits the passenger. So where we go? What's this down to here? Passenger. A random passenger inside is hit by the attack. Resolve the attack normally, including hit location and any critical injuries. Excess damage beyond the crit level of the weapon continues. So it's got a crit of 2. So what did we have? So we had 3. So 4 goes through. So the crit of 2. So it kills someone in the car. Kills someone in the vehicle. So we had 5 people in the vehicle. So 9 and 10 kills the officer. 7. No, doesn't kill the officer. But someone in the vehicle gets killed. 2 points carry through. How do we do this? So I think it carries all the way down. I think then it goes to the driver, and then it will kill the driver. So the driver of the BTR gets, so passenger gets killed, then we roll down to the next one. Driver gets killed. So the BTR goes in, so the passenger and the driver get killed and the BTR is penetrated. Next we have the explosive damage, which is a C and is rolled for separately in chapter 5. Blast power C is 2d8, so I roll 2d8. Okay, I get you. So we've got 2 people in the vehicle are killed, so there are 3 remaining. I think each person in the vehicle, like, there's a couple of you, I think Tracy often makes comments about this. Tell me if I'm doing this right, because I did it wrong in the last one. So 5 people in the vehicle, 2 have been killed, 1 isn't the officer, that leaves us 3 remaining. So I think I roll 2d8 for each one of those 3, and if we get a hit, it does 2 points damage, because I'm going to assume this is in the vehicle. It does 2 points damage, and for every additional hit, it will go up by 1. So we will say, so 2d8 is this stuff. So we'll go the 3 with the last one being the officer. First person is not damaged. Second person takes 2 points damage. Third, which is not a crit. Third person takes no damage. So the officer isn't hit, but the other there's someone else in the vehicle will say they're down. So we've got 2 people remaining in the vehicle for the BTR, which has been hit by an RPG. That's Jacob's go. 1 round gone for the RPG. I think we are not pursuing those POWs. So next round, we have got back round to the next round. We would have and then we might if Toby sets off, we will have the chase. next episode we'll have them being chased down by the surviving Gaz. Next round we would have the people returning fire, so we've got 3 lots of return fire to roll against them. We would say we'll make a coolness under fire roll for the people in the BTR. If they fail, then so there's 2 remaining in the BTR. If they fail, the BTR doesn't return fire. The BTR isn't returning fire. So the BTR, they're sorting themselves out because basically 3 of the inhabitants of that vehicle have just been killed. So we've got the people in the Gaz. So we've got 3 lots of rolls of AK-47 fire into the Bradley as everyone is bundling into the back of the Bradley, and then the Bradley will pull off on their go if we've got survivors. So we had, if I remember rightly, it was a D8, D6? I think it's D8, D6 with 4 ammo dice against the team, I think rightly. So the first lot of fire, no hits, but it's definitely the rounds are coming in close. Second, we've got a hit, okay? So 1 person is hit, doing 2 points of damage against person 3. 1, 2. So McCoy is hit, doing 2 points of damage. McCoy is hit, 2 points of damage. So McCoy, 2 points of damage hit McCoy, which is all the damage McCoy can take. This might kill McCoy. So McCoy is down. Someone's going to have to make a medical. So staff. So a bullet pings off, ricochets into the Bradley and hits McCoy, who goes down. Staff shouts "No!" And we will then go the last person. Someone might be dead. Okay, so we've got 1 hit. Doing +1, +2, +3, so that's 2, so that's 5 points of damage against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this hits us, okay, I'm just gonna roll it. Number 1 is Jane. Okay, all right. Where's it hit Jane? Oh, it kills. Basically, it kills Jane. In the torso, so that takes 1 off, but that still does 2, 3, 4 points of damage. So 4 points of damage is a crit on Jane. So Jane is hit by a round that ricochets in. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's Jane is at max 1, 2, 3, 4. Ricochets in and hits Jane in the torso. So we have a D10 for the crit. A 1. Wow, okay, all right. So Jane gets hit, goes unconscious. We have snapped collarbone, mobility -1, D6 heal time. So a round ricochets off the door frame, comes into the Bradley, clips Jane through her. Sorry about that. Clips Jane through the flak vest. There's a sickening crack that Jane hears, and Jane goes unconscious. That was 4, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flak vest, which survives, takes 1 off, which means so 5 goes down to 4. She had 4 hit points left, which means that she goes unconscious, and it's a critical, and we rolled a 1 on the critical for torso, which is a snapped collarbone. Yes, that's right. But the flak vest is still okay. Okay, so Jane is out, and then that is the Soviets' turn. The Bradley starts up. They close the rear door, and Toby puts his foot down and sets off. And that is where we will end this one. With everyone's been shot. Basically, it's like the end of Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and they're all sort of hiding as the vehicle. But you know, that doesn't, not necessarily all end that way. Thank you very much for watching. We will leave our crew trying to depart at speed in the Bradley and meet them next session, where we will see if the only vehicles left standing is the Gaz. The BTR has no. Oh, the BTR can still drive. Might follow them. Let's see what happens next session. Thank you very much for sticking with me. Thank you very much if you are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much to our members who have joined the membership, and I will see you next time for more Twilight 2000. Thank you very much.